Hello everyone and welcome back to Candy's Crafty Closet. So I am finally ready to share making a journal with y'all. I went through my stuff last night because I bought that stuff on Temu, bought the stuff on Shein when I told myself not to, and then I got all the stuff in and I was like, you know what, you just keep buying more and more crap and you're not using it. Use what you got. So I went through my stuff and I found several collections that I was excited about, and this one I was the most excited about. I have already made a journal using some pages from this collection. I have no idea what it is called. If I can find any labeling anywhere, I'll tell you, but I'm pretty sure I don't know what this is called. This is from my lovely aunt, Shush Phone. And it is absolutely gorgeous paper, and we're going to go through it really quickly. And it does have some metallic on it, so I'm sorry about the glare. I've got to get better lighting in here. It's kind of trash. But I think I can get 2 journals out of what I have here if I add some onto it. But the only thing that I'm concerned of is I don't have any pages that match the second one for a cover on my journal, but I can come up with something. If anything, I can just do plain paper and decorate it because I have plenty of pages and tucks and stuff that I can add in. So I want to go through what I have pulled out so far for this collection, and then maybe I'll go through and pull out other things that will complement this that I'm going to use for this journal, because that's what I like to do. As soon as I figure out that I'm making a journal out of something, I get everything that I think I might use for that journal and I put it all in one bag with the paper. I get these off of Amazon, and I just make sure it says 13 by 13 where a 12 by 12 will fit in it. And I think these are like 2.5 gallon bags, and they're way cheaper than the project bags. So that's what I use. And I just don't zip them up because there's no need. I'm going to get the crap out of there. But if you do need to zip it up, you can. You can take it somewhere. But let's get into this beautiful collection. Like I said, I wish I knew who it was by, but I just don't. I don't have that information for you. That's a duplicate page. Let's turn that one. Okay, so first sneak peek of the first shades of colors that we have for this journal. So I absolutely love this collection. I love this pink. Pink anything is great. This, man, it's okay. We can cover it up and make it pretty though. This here, I do like the yellow. I love the teal, or is that teal? I don't know. Either way, I really like that shade. And then here is that same one again. So I will probably use some of this for the cover of this one because I have 2 pages of it. So it's solely the only reason. I would prefer to use the white or the pink, but I don't have as much of it. And then we have this one that is very simple but very pretty. And there's the back of that one. Or the B side. Well, I need to learn the terminology better. Okay, and then this would be the second journal that I could make. This one, I don't have a defined cover page for it, but it's still we're gonna work it out. But this page is beautiful with the little butterflies scattered in. Love it. So that's why I went flowers in this group and then the butterflies for this one. The opposite side of that one. We're gonna do this. And this page here, more butterflies scattered in, but instead of pink, we have the white. I do like this gray. I just don't like that. I don't like that pattern, whatever that is. And then the last page. This is my least favorite out of them all, but it's still a pretty page. I just don't think it goes with the collection as well as the rest, but I do love the B side of it. I love how it has like a little bit of that tealy green in the bricks. I love that. So that would be journal number 2, the main signature pages. And then for probably both of them, they're going to get a variation of this. I have this paper, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like sparkly. and it's pink. It's like a pale pink color, so I thought that that would go well with that. And then I have this really dark creamy paper that I got off of Amazon, and I was sent a journal and a journal swap, and she used this paper, and I had to ask her where she got this paper because it's just so soft. I love the way it feels. But yeah, so those two will go in there. I did pick out some vellum as well. This vellum here, if you can see, has flowers all over it. Let's see if I get up closer. There you go. There's flowers all over this, and you can see through it. And I like that the flowers are not directional. They're kind of all over the place, so I can fold it this way and it not look weird. And I always pull out 3 sheets to start of with whatever I'm putting in, because I usually do 3 signatures. I do want to try to do a little mini chunky with like 5 signatures, but make them like 3 pages each instead of like 6 pages each. So it'll kind of equal out the same amount of pages. So like I said, I have played with this kit before, so I have some scraps from that. I have a little piece of this white, some little beady scraps of the pink. But when I am doing a collection, I keep every bit of my scraps together until it is completely like down to nothing, and then I break it into like smaller micro zones. I don't know what to call them. Then I'll put them other places when there's not a lot left. But these are the journal cards that I have left from that last time. Let me see if I have a page that is exact. I do not, so I don't know what the rest of these look like, but I'm sure they were beautiful because this collection, oh, I just love it. And here's another one. I love all of the colors in this. Love the key, definitely using the key this time. And there's several that have the flowers, there's several that have the butterflies. So I'll be able to separate out each card for whatever journal. And since this is the very end, I'm gonna max it out. We're gonna do pockets everywhere. So I think that will be good. Oh, the B side of that. And then this one has like some tickets and other little elements that are different than just the tags, which I like. I like that this one is, you know, kind of swirly. We'll definitely have to fussy cut. I like to fussy cut in the car pickup line. I found that that's a pretty good place. And then look at the B side of this one. It's pink bricks. Love it. The teal greeny bricks and the pink bricks, so cute. I wish I would have done the bricks instead of that weird whatever that is. Okay, so since I know I'm going to be fussy cutting all of these, I'm going to set these way aside because that will be for another time. My scraps, I always put to this side of me, and I have a little project box up here, and like I keep this in the bottom of it, this other cardboard box, where whatever's in it, I can just pick it up out of it. I don't know why. Maybe because this one's not deep enough to really hold things, but yeah. But there's some stickers I have not put away. I really need to do that. I go off on tangents, I realize. Like, I can't just be like, this is the thing, get it out. Man, let's go. Anyways, so I get my little project box and I put my scraps right there if they're small enough. If they're too big, I just lay them right there. But then I have all my little stuff, and then once I cut out all of my journal cards, I can put all my journal cards in here as well. And usually I have them like in a separate little bag where they don't get confused with the scraps. Okay, so first off, we're gonna work on taking the stickers off of all these pages. And I want to do a full-size journal. I don't want to do a small one, at least for this first one. Maybe the second one, since I don't have a cover for it, I'll make it smaller. But this one, I want it like a 9 by 11 or so. That's what we're going to shoot for. So I'm going to simply fold these in half. This is the quickest size to make, in my opinion, as well, because you don't have to trim down all your pages. Can you hear the storm outside? It is about to rain its butt off, or maybe it already is. Probably already is. I can hear a little rain. But I'm not going to bore you with folding pieces of paper in half over and over and over, so I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We have folded our pieces. We actually even lost power. I had to go calm down the kids. So I might have to stop this again and do this tomorrow, but we'll see. So I got all of these folded in half, as you can see. So at this point in my journal is when I decide what I'm going to do with my pages, because I don't want to just simply cut them down to size for this right here. I want to, utilize my paper where I can. So I'm going to find which ones I want to fold what ways and show you how you can get pockets simply out of just folding your paper the right way, and you don't even have to do much gluing or anything. And I always measure my paper, because if I don't, I'm going to measure it 50 million times, and if I don't measure it and write it down, oh, it does not want to focus on that, but if I don't measure it and write it down, I'm going to measure it at least 10 times. So I know that my side going this way is 8.5, and then going along the bottom is 5.5. And then my cover is going to be at least, I was going to write 9, then I was like, maybe I'm going to want it 8 3/4. So I didn't finish writing in that, but we'll write that in when we decide how big our cover is going to be. But I recommend writing down your dimensions, or you will be measuring multiple times like I do. Okay. So these papers here is what I am working with. If you can hear my children, they're in their room, or they can be close to me during the storm but not actually be with me, so they're playing in their room. Anyways, I want to fold these where we can get the most bang for our buck. So I know I want to fold this one a certain way for sure, so I'm going to start with that one first. And you'll notice that I trimmed off the, what is this called, branding strip of all of them except for my duplicate tealy blue one, or greenish one, because I might want to use this extra little bit. You'll see later. We might need it. So this one here, and I have such a small work area, I have to start getting creative and moving things out of my way. Ooh, stand up. There you go. Okay, so this one here, I want to make it where it has two side tucks like that right there, if that makes any sense. So what I'm going to do is fold each of these in probably about an inch or so. I'm going to do it the same amount, but we need to cut this page to height first. And so our height from our little piece right here is going to be 8.5. So we are going to measure this to 8.5 and cut. And our words are going this-y way. So we are going to measure that way. Alright. I'll use you later, stamp. 8.5. Snip you in place. And this is a Cricut paper cutter with a Fisker's blade, because they don't make blades for this one anymore. I think it might be obsolete, because I've had this one since I was 15. So yeah, if you just keep replacing your blades and you find one that'll work in there, it's still good. So now that we have our page cut down, I'm going to measure. It's easier to measure on like the pattern side, I have found. Yeah, oh, that's the wrong side of our ruler. Are we recording? We are. Has asked me how many times I've made that mistake. So about right there. Gonna do the smallest little mark, and then 1.5 inches on that side as well. And you could score it if you want to, but we're going to be daring of a tuck. Yeah, I think so. And we are going to grab, this bone folder is covered in glue, so I can't use it anymore. Oh, we have this one though. We can use this one. Fold that down really good. We can figure out what we're going to do with our corners later on. Our mark is right there. That looks less than that over there. I'm gonna measure it again. 1.5. Somehow that ended up not being 1.5. Are we thinking that's a line and it's not a line? Okay, if you make it a crease and that you don't want to, just use your bone folder on that and get it out. Okay, we're gonna measure again. 1.5. Because something went awry. Right there. We were off by a smooch. Okay. Try it again. Now it's gonna be like 8 of gold right there. This paper has memory. Believe it or not. My son has bronchitis and I'm beginning to think I might be getting a touch of it. Like my throat's been very like thick. I don't know how else to describe it. Alright. Okay. Now that we have that down right there, can you see how this is going to come together? So now, yes, okay. Really quickly, let me get one of my other pages. You're gonna see that my pages are gonna stick out of the signature, but I don't care because my other signatures are going to be long enough that it's not going to mess up this paper. This is just gonna be a special little signature. I like the way this looks. I don't care that it is not going to cover my pages. It's okay. And I can always get an extra piece of paper if I want to towards the end and make that the outside of that particular signature if I don't like it looking short. We have ways around it. It does not all have to be the same. It can be different. Okay. Bone fold that down. Just ran over my finger. And there's a page. That looks too tall, but if you think you went the wrong size, that's not the right piece of paper. If you think you went the wrong size, get one of your pages. We just had it out. Nope, perfect. Perfect. Okay. That's one. Put that aside. Where did we put our other paper? Oh yeah, we stuck it up here out of our way. Okay. This one here, I think I'm going to make a bottom pocket. So is there, I think I want to fold where we're covering this area because this area has more color. And these flowers are not really directional. I think that will be absolutely fine. So instead of cutting on 8.5 this time, whoop, there went something. We are going to score on 8.5. This way. So 8.5. And keep it open. Get our foam folder and use that crease to score. Okay, you see what I did there? And then we are going to fold in half. So I said this is the easiest size to make. Yes, it takes a little bit more material, but it goes together faster at this stage at least. Maybe I'm losing time at the end when I have to make all that extra ephemera to fill up that big chunky journal. I'll have to see when I make the little one how much more time it takes. That'll be a good test to see. It won't be much smaller, but it'll be a little bit smaller. Okay, so we got to fold it in half. Oh, let's get a good crease going. Okay. And now we are going to open this up, and where we made that score line, fold. And you see how we just made a pocket on that page? So this is going to be the outside of our signature. Open up the signature. There's already 2 pockets, and there's going to be pages here, so it's not going to be, you know, like matchy-matchy. You can make these different shapes if you want to, whatever you want to do. But I do recommend cutting out a section right here, which I'm going to do right now, because once it's in your book and it like folds, it messes up this, I don't know, joining? I don't know. When you glue it and then you start closing up your book, it messes with this glue line. I don't know what else to call it. So we are going to take a section out of this paper. So I just go right to the either side of that score line, just right up to the pocket. We're just taking out a small little sliver of paper just to make room for it to crease in our book. See, just a little bitty piece of paper. Okay. Then I like to fold it out this way and see if I've gotten it all the way down to a good size. And yeah, I'm happy with that. And then now fold it in. Do they interfere with each other? That's what we're really looking for. Do they interfere with each other? And they still kind of do, just a smidge in the middle. It seems like I did not go straight. So we're going to fix up that line a little. Looks better. Okay. Now let's see. Do they interfere? I still think we need a smidgen off this side too. Let's go ahead and do it. I don't like cutting when my paper is on this side of my scissors though. I'm cutting from the other side, if that makes any sense. Trying to make a smooth edge. Okay, that's definitely not going to interfere. Okay, boop, boop, boop. And it's going to be close enough to your edge where it's not going to look weird. Okay, one pocket done, and we haven't even started. All right, and now we are down to our final page. Do we want to make any certain kind of pocket with this one? Or do we want to trim it down to exact size and use the pieces from that for other pages? Since we don't have a ton of that, that is what we're going to do with this one. So we are going to cut down this one to 8.5 by not 5.5, because we're going to have to fold it in half first. Let's do our 8.5 first, and then we'll fold it. What part do we mind losing? Probably that, because that's got a lot of pretty gold. Yeah. Okay. So let's get our arm out. 8.5. Boop. Alright. Okay, now that we have folded these two, there is a little bit more overhang than I would like. Like, once my pages are going to be in there, this is going to be considerably bigger, so I am going to take it down just a little bit, like probably about right there. Okay. Sorry, I have to confirm with myself several times because we make mistakes here. Okay. I don't know why I just slapped my paper. Bad paper. Did I trim down both pieces? I've lost my train of thought for realsies now, man. Were we trying to figure out what to trim it down to? We did trim this one. We trimmed this one. So, since our cover is going to be this same blue, I'm going to make this the first signature. I'm going to make that shorter one the mini signature, where it will be covered from the front and the back. And then the blue will be our back signature. And we might do something to like cover it up a little bit to bring some more of the white to the back. Maybe make a pocket there or something like that. So we don't have very many scraps to make pockets, but I'm wondering, because I like pockets and I like putting a lot of things into the journal and a lot of layers, but I'm wondering if people don't like that and they like more of a simple approach where they can personalize it more themselves. But this is not going to be that kind of journal, I don't think. So I'm going to try to leave more blank space than I would like to, just for more journaling and stuff, and keep in mind that, you know, someone else is going to be filling this out one day. But I don't know, leave me your answers down below. Would you rather have a journal with lots of elements, a whole bunch of pockets and tucks, and just loaded up with tags and all kinds of ephemera? Or would you rather have a journal that is more simplistic, that you can make your own and that has more journaling space? And I see the use for both of them and how both of them can have their space in your life. But, yeah, which one do you prefer? Because I prefer the elaborate one. But when I made mine, here, I have this one right beside me. I made this one for our trip to, we went to Cozumel, Costa Maya, and Honduras. And I have all my stuff in here from this trip because I have not finished this out. But I filled out some of it and I loved having the big spaces. And I made a little booklet in this one. And I filled out this booklet pretty quickly because it was, you know, full-size pages. And so I really did find, you know, you actually using this, that I wanted more space to do long form writing as well. So I might leave, like how this whole page is pretty much blank and just has the doily, which I was going to pull some doilies. I need to pull my extras for this. But I haven't put anything in that pocket at all yet, but I like having, you know, layers of paper. And I journaled on the back of this one. I journaled on the front and back of this one. And I think this is as far as, oh no, I journaled some more there, but I haven't finished out my journal. But see, this is some of that great paper. And I'll put envelopes in this. Okay, this is not a show and tell of this one, but just to show you what I was going for. Okay. So now I'm going to pull out the pages that I'm going to use. And my brain at this point always tells me, get more paper, get white paper, get anything you can to make it full. But then after I put all the ephemera in, it is busting at the seams. So we're not going to do that. We're going to stick with what we got. Do we have 3 pages of this, or have we lost it in all of our shuffling it back and forth? Is it inside one of these? It is. It's in that. Okay. I'll put a ruler here to hold up that piece of paper. So how I do this is I lay out my stacks of different paper individually, and then I get my first one and I start messing with it pretty much and seeing how I want my pages. Which do I want first? And I've been thinking about this already, so I'm pretty sure that I want my pink, then my vellum, and my centers to be this beautiful brown, but with doilies. Hold on, they're close. I'll just get them. Oh my gosh, over the chair. Okay, actually there's 3 here. We might just use these. So we can put a doily in the middle there. We have a circle doily, and then we have a bigger heart. That works out perfect. Let's use them. We already got them here. Use up your supplies. So let's go ahead and fold that in half as sweetly as we can. So then we have to figure out, we definitely want the hearts to be separate, but do we want the big heart first, or do we want the big heart second, or in our third one? I think I want it in the third one. We'll see how it looks when we get there. So the doilies are going to get their little stack up here. And I try to do the rough side up, because then if I glue it to the page, then the rough side is actually down. Okay. So that's how I want my signatures. Right there. Ooh, do I want... See, I'm already doing it. Do I want... So I have like these. That's what was in the other journal, but these got crumpled in the mail, so I'm not too keen on using them. But I've got brown, which I don't think is going to stand out very well. I've got rose. I've got roses. Then that one has some floral. Do we have any other versions? And we have some more floral. So let's pull out some rose ones. It's on the ground where we can have more room. And that is sitting so close where I can literally like reach behind me and pull it off the shelf. I am beginning to think that I am more ADD than I originally thought. And I need to have things present. Actually, these are so small, but they go with the colors. I'm going to use these in the mini butterfly one, even though they're roses, because they're smaller. So I'm going to stick those over with... Actually, let's just pick out our 3 right now instead of leaving the whole pack out, because that will make me more prone to want to not put it back. Oh, I love that one. See the lace? So definitely that one. I like how these have lines, but if we fold it, the lines will be the wrong way. I don't care that the lines are going to be the wrong way on that one. We're going to use those 3 right there for our butterfly one. Oh, my battery is flashing. Really like that page, but it's got a little bit too heavy of a blue, I think. So that has made our decision for us. We're going to use those 3 right there. And just for fun, I am going to set these aside. Maybe they can become the ones that we fold, and those other ones can become extras that we stick in. But also, me running low on this paper, my hoarder brain tells me, oh, don't use up all the pretty paper. Okay, my battery is flashing at me, so I'm going to try to do this quickly, but I just wanted to show you how we're going to end up with this video today. And we're going to leave it here with our signatures lined up like this. So we got this first one with, oh, no, this is our last one. We're already messing up. No, this is our first one. So we have our first signature here, pink paper, the vellum. I did change the direction of all of my doilies. So the smaller heart, the brown paper, and then this one here. And then our shorter signature, same thing, change the direction of the circle doily. I thought that that complemented well there. And then the last signature, their pocket, already done for us. Our vellum, our big doily, which we're going to have to scooch up a little bit. That's going to be a beautiful tuck right there. And our brown, our decorative page. Literally had to change my battery just for the outro. Oh well. Anyways, I hope this helped you out in some way to show you how you can take a collection, even if you have some mismatched pieces, and build you some signatures, and really quickly how they come together. And like, I'm already ready to sew this in, and that is my next step, is cutting down whatever box I'm going to use for my cover and sewing this into my signatures. So if you want to see that, then come back next time and we'll be doing that in my crafty little closet here. But until then, I will see you next time. Bye.